from Dinarland Highlights, May 30th, 2020. This is from Pimpy. There seems to be a full steam ahead, if you get my drift, when it comes to getting Iraq positioned for whatever is getting ready to happen. Al-Kazimi, ever since he's taken over everything, has just started rolling. Every day there's something exciting, movements going on in Iraq. This is different. This is definitely different. We're seeing a huge push from the UN as well as from the United States. We're also seeing involvement of Saudi Arabia along with Kuwait. I find it very hard for them to do any kind of real trade agreements without having their currency in a little bit of a different position than they're in right now. It's looking good. Everything is very impressive, I got to admit. Very, very impressive about Kazimi. This next week coming up, you're going to see the completion of the cabinet. Foot forward question, are you still thinking sometime in June for the RV? Answer, in my opinion, yeah. Okay, Mountain Goat article, quote, governmental advisor, 5 trillion dinars. The government's need to secure salaries for next June. Mountain Goat says this article is telling us a couple of things. Number one, the amount of monthly dollar they need for salaries, 5 trillion dinars, or about $4 billion. Number two, they're in desperate need of money, and so what will they do for the June salaries? Will they borrow again? Number three, will they resort to using the CBI reserves eventually? Number four, will they have to do something drastic and do it since the price of oil is not going to jump to $60 a barrel for a long time? Number five, this situation is causing great pressure to make the necessary changes for other sources of revenue, not rely on oil revenues, something they should have done by now, and the IMF kept telling them to do it. I can see many benefits for us with the drop in oil prices too as investors. Can you see what might come next? Article, quote, Iraq pushes for rescheduling of reparations to Kuwait. We've been told many times at the end of 2021 these war reparations would be repaid. Iraq has been working to pay them off, but they have to halt these payments for some time. I'm told this will not affect a reinstatement since the IMF is leaving any negotiations between Iraq and Kuwait between them. Okay, Militiaman, KTFA article, quote, the disclosure of a crucial agreement between Erbil and Baghdad pending the signature of Al-Kazimi in the coming days. Looks like crunch time is upon us. This article suggests coming days. Yesterday it was within hours. Another one suggests 2 days. Regardless, speed is a necessity at this stage. In fact, they are speaking to the ports about the new stage of financial adjustments in an article today to be at hand now, not after the fact sometime in July. They have the most important items all in one paragraph. Budget, border crossings, customs, federal revenues, Peshmerga, agriculture, etc. They even told us they had an agreement since last December. So with the new PM and the new stage approaching, I bet this time they'll hammer it home, and I like it. That's all for now. Thanks for tuning in.